want to thank everybody coming out to the Spicy Belly. We got a live show. We have a special guest in the house today. And, of course, I'm your host, the homie Moss Money. And we have to my left his beautiful wife, Michelle Miller, first. And that was the special guest. And then just this other guy named Tim Miller that tagged along with us. Just hanging out.
Just Nate and my wife, and Dorian, the bartender, and these lovely people here.
Absolutely.
They haven't told me their names yet.
No, we'll get there. Don't worry. But first and foremost, I want to get right into our raffle giveaway.
This is exciting.
So let's see here. Let's see who's the lucky winner. Free drinks on me. Well, drink.
Let's not get carried away.
Everybody look at those raffle tickets. First raffle ticket is 0103027. 27.
I think Dorian, the bartender, won.
No, he didn't win. He didn't get a ticket. 27? No. Jimmy, can you ask the folks back there? 0103027. All right, while we're waiting for Jimmy to kind of come back and see if we have a winner there. My co-host, B.Diddy, did give me some locks of the week, so let's get right into that before we get into interviewing our special guest. First lock of the week is Utah State minus 14. Second is LSU, Mississippi State under 45.5. And a special parlay, 3-team parlay, East Carolina and UCF over 65.5. OSU, Purdue over 68.5. And Oregon and Washington State over 68.5. Go follow us on. We got the winner. Got a winner. Winner, chicken dinner. Cool. Yes. Cool, man.
$10,000.
On his tab. Jimmy will take care of you. Go and order yourself a drink on the house.
Nice.
Yes.
Yeah.
Thank you. I'm just here for you guys. So back to what I was saying real quick here. 3 locks of the week. Utah State minus 14. LSU, Mississippi State the under 45.5. And Houston minus 12. And then a 3-team parlay, East Carolina and UCF over 65.5. Ohio State and Purdue over 68.5, and Oregon and Washington State over 68.5. And I did ask you about my other ear and said, what is that? So, perfect segue. That is called the betting line, okay? So, I do a show on sports betting and fantasy football. So Vegas comes out with a line of what they predict of how the game's going to go, and you pretty much make a bet on whether you think that's going to happen. So I like to compare sports betting to the stock market, because the stock market, there's trends, right? There's different trends. You have to do a lot of research of how things are going to move from variance, per se. Sports betting is very the same, but there's a little bit small different factors. And me playing football, I feel like I know more about the X's and O's than an analyst who just studies. So I have a different perspective of how you look and watch football games. So that's pretty much what I kind of do. And I don't know if you heard, and sports betting's huge right now. It's sweeping across, the nation, getting legalized everywhere. And also, I believe in the next 2 or 3 years, they say it's going to probably be a $3 billion industry. So we're starting here in Philly. Just trying to give some folks some just general knowledge, some one-on-one teaching of how to sports bets. What exactly are you looking at? What does ATS mean? What is a line, a parlay, a teaser, and so forth? Okay? So we can talk offline about that later. Okay?
Oh, God.
So I just want to give you some special announcements real quick here. We have 3 more live shows here at the Spicy Belly, 3847 Terrace Street. We have 2 more confirmed guests. The one guest we have is a Krav Maga instructor. So for any ladies in the crowd, he's going to come and teach us some self-defense moves, which is going to be really cool. We also have a quarterback guru who's going to also come in, give us some more in-depth of X's and O's. And we're going to still be giving away free drinks, free food, and hopefully some more raffles and more prizes as we go here. Now,
Nice.
for the man of the hour.
Oh, you talking about me?
Yeah, I had to get my little spill out. I'm
Talking
sorry.
about Dorian.
No, we're not talking about Dorian.
Sorry.
No.
Dorian.
I know it's funny.
These people won't tell me their names.
I've been here a long time. I've been here a couple of times, and I never knew his name was Dorian. So thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah. What's going on, Dorian? Shout out to the bartender, Dorian.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right. Treat them right.
Right. Tip your bartenders.
So we have Tim Miller here, folks, from Hypnotizing America,
Yes.
a hypnotist, well, football coach turned hypnotist. Am I incorrect in saying that?
Well, yeah. I mean.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Yeah, it's a
No,
long
you are
story.
correct.
Long story.
Yeah.
Can you shorten it for me?
Yes. Well, I think you know Nate. For 20 years, I was a football coach by profession.
Yes.
And the way we know each other is my last job, I was the head football coach at LaSalle University,
Yes, sir.
which the one and only Nate played. You weren't, when I was the head coach there, I was an assistant coach when you played.
Correct.
Right?
Correct.
So when I got out of coaching in 2008, I started a real estate team.
Okay.
And we were very blessed in the first 5 years, we reached the top 20 Remax teams in the state of PA, Delaware. That's out of thousands.
Okay.
And what I used to do as a marketing thing is I would hire a couple of comedians, and maybe once or twice a year, we'd have a large group of people at our house.
Okay.
And we'd put on a show. The comedians would be there, and it'd be a little networking. We'd talk a couple minutes about real estate, and that really helped us grow our business.
Okay.
So I've always been intrigued with hypnosis. I used to not believe it was real. I thought it was a bunch of garbage. And I learned that that wasn't the case. So I started to study that. And when I started my show, I thought I would do one show a year for my real estate clients.
Okay.
So you fast forward now, we perform all over the world. And in 3 weeks,
Okay.
we'll be in Hollywood. And we are performing for Kevin Hart and his executive producer, Pookie Wigginton, owns Chocolate Sundays.
Okay.
In Hollywood. It's the show in Hollywood and sells out every week. They've been doing it for 20 years. They have never really changed their structure, so they're changing their structure for my show.
Nice.
And 3 weeks tomorrow, we'll be there holding it down. So
that's
we perform
crazy.
for world leaders. We perform for top 5 U.S. corporations. We've been, last month we were at University of Oklahoma. 2 months ago we did a show at Florida Atlantic University Football Stadium. So we're doing a lot of neat things. But best of all,
Okay.
we're here today with Nate Moss, with Dorian, and these two people that still won't tell me their names.
At the spicy
we got a guy with a
belly.
beard. We got Nate's wife. I mean, what could be better than this right now?
Nothing.
Yes.
Nothing. You know what? It could be better.
Yes.
Giving away tickets to your show.
You got
Wow.
it. You have 2 shows.
Here we go.
All right, now we got to make sure we understand. It can't
Okay.
be any show. Like it has,
Yeah.
we
Yeah,
have
private
to
shows.
Okay. Well, let me
We do have a show
come
coming
back.
up at the Gotham Comedy Club.
Okay.
We were supposed to have that show. That's a pretty historical place, like
Right.
for Seinfeld and all that. We had to change it. We were supposed to be performing there next week.
Okay.
But because of the stuff going on in Hollywood, we moved that. So that might be in December. I can get people 2 tickets to that. That will be a great show. It's in New York, but we'll definitely work with them.
Okay.
They're your people. They're our
Absolutely. All right. Well, let's do it.
Yeah.
Let's do it. What we got here?
Overkill to mention Dorian again. Thought it was a
Let's
little
see. Okay, bring out your raffle tickets. We have a raffle winner here. 0103022. 22.
Hold on.
We got a winner?
Is it you guys?
No, we have.
No. If it is, we need your names.
He gave us both sides of the ticket, so we could never win.
Yeah, he's slick like that. He's got a LaSalle University education. He's a pretty smart guy. I'm a Temple guy, so I wouldn't have figured it out. I've been 15.
All right, sorry. Redraw.
You gotta watch those.
All
LaSalle
right, actually, you know
guys.
what? Let me put it in here a little shaky.
Well, hold on, still gotta get the backside of it.
So how's these people gonna win? They
True.
yeah. Let's get them.
Let's get you in
I
there.
just want to know their name, for God's sake. Did your raffle ticket?
All right.
Welcome, people. Yes, we're open. We're here for you. What's your names?
Carolyn.
Carolyn?
Uh-huh.
And your name? Nicholas? Nicolette, I'm sorry.
I feel like I'm not the host
You're
anymore.
already more welcoming than some of the people we have here. And your name, sir? What is it?
Amir.
Amir.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That's good.
Welcome.
It was very nice of you to tell us your names. It was very polite of you.
So we have a new winner and a raffle ticket. Did I just pick this number? I think I just picked this number.
I think. Okay.
Let me give it a little another shake.
A little shaky.
A little shaky shake. All right, here we go. I picked the same ticket. Raffle winner is 0103024. 024. 024. All right. We'll try again. No, I think they left.
That's right. They have to be here. We're partying here at the Spicy Belly, right?
0103021. 21. Are you guys serious? 2-1? No? There's got to be a 2-1. Shake it up again. So while we're waiting, I'm having trouble with the raffle tickets.
Yes.
Tell me about where we can actually find.
You can go to
There you go.
Hypnotizing America.
There you go.
And we will give, Nate will buy you a drink if you can spell hypnotizing. But you have to do it very soon. Yeah, these people are ignoring me. But if you go to hypnotizingAmerica.com, you can see a lot of stuff. Michelle is the wonderful person sitting to my left. We had our own reality TV show. We aired 7 weeks earlier this year. So on the site now, since they've already aired, we actually have those episodes. And I'll say on November 4th, which is when? That's a week
It's
tomorrow.
soon.
It's 2 weeks. You know, you people here are absolutely no help except for Dorian.
No.
Did she help?
No.
November 4th is 2 weeks tomorrow. It's the Eagles bye weekend.
Okay.
And we will be on TV. We just did a game show called the Chaotic Hypnotic Game Show. There was over $4,000 in prizes. And you will be able to watch that on TV if you have Comcast. It is channel 21 or 794. If you have Verizon, it's 19 or 519. If you have DirecTV, it's channel 44. From 7 p.m. to 7:30 p.m., you will be able to watch the Chaotic Hypnotic Game Show. Now, how exciting is that, Nick?
That's pretty darn exciting.
That's amazing.
It is.
I'm excited right now.
I'm excited.
It's not as exciting as being here right now. For your listeners, you need to get down to this restaurant here. My man, I'm sorry,
Jimmy.
sir, your name?
Jimmy.
Jimmy owns this place, and it is the best place, not only in Manioc, in Philadelphia. So we need to make sure people get down here.
I'm trying. I'm
It was
trying.
delicious.
They
I
need to
had-
get down. Don't
Yeah.
get me started now. My gosh.
I'm trying. So, tell me about this show. What should we expect when we go on this show?
Which show? You talking about the stage show?
The chaotic show.
Oh, the Chaotic
Show.
Hypnotic. That's
Yes.
the game show. That's,
Okay.
Basically, to keep it simple, we did it at a beautiful venue, and this venue had like a 24-foot by 18-foot TV screen on the backdrop. So it's basically a game show where I've hypnotized people. And
Okay.
it's the hypnotized versus the non-hypnotized.
Okay.
So basically, people that are in the audience, okay, get chosen just like Price is Right type of thing.
Right.
And there's a board of 6 choices. People can win all kinds of prizes. We had great sponsors, great sponsors. And
Just like the Spicy Belly. Shout out.
That's right.
Spicy Belly. Yeah. And the person that won, it was a competition between the hypnotized and non-hypnotized. The grand winner won a trip to Icona Resorts. down
Wow.
the shore in Avalon.
Nice,
So it was
nice.
a really fun
Cool.
event. I wanted to prove the concept. This is something I've been thinking about doing. I mean, we've been very, very blessed. We've done things that no one else in the world has done,
Okay.
which is what has allowed our growth of our show to happen. So this game show was a concept I had, and Michelle jumped in. We had 2 people. I want to give a shout out to Pudding and Franklin. They helped us with the show, and really we didn't have much rehearsal. We had 3 judges. I don't think you know any of the judges.
Okay.
We had, in the show. It was very, very professionally done, and we think that it has a chance of getting picked up possibly by a major network. Now,
Wow.
the network it's on is, goes in the tri-state area.
Right.
So that is 2 weeks. 2 weeks tomorrow, and it's the Eagles' bye weekend. The Eagles decided they didn't want to compete with the show, so they worked their bye. My man, you're laughing at me like you don't believe me. My gosh, that will be fun. So they can check that out on TV. We'll see where that goes. But our normal show is a regular stage show.
Okay.
Right? And we do all kinds of things. The show plays throughout the whole venue. It doesn't just play on the stage.
Mm-hmm.
And it's pretty neat because if we were to do, let's say we did a show for, a big corporate event for like 1,000 people, I can almost guarantee you that at least half of them that come don't believe in hypnosis. But by the end of our shows, they all believe. So now we've transitioned into also doing some motivational things.
Right.
So we might come into a corporation, do a comedy event at night, and then now everybody's like, oh my gosh, that was amazing. So I do something called guided meditation using hypnosis, where everyone get hypnotized and have the ability to overcome maybe some of their phobias or things that are preventing them from moving forward.
Okay.
Which my coaching background has really helped me, when we've developed this. Plus, I got a really smart and hot wife.
Hey,
Wow.
my wife is over there, so I feel weird saying yeah, but then she's like right looking at me, so it's just like
She's too old for you, man. She's grandmother.
I'm a grandmother.
So you're fine. That's like, there's certain levels. Like he can do that, right? I'm speaking to his wife right now because she's like super old, right? You agree with me? So he can't
He's
do it.
trying
I'm
to
getting
catch you in your
confused.
words. Just don't even.
yeah. I'm about to say he
Yeah,
didn't call his wife
that's how
old at
he
least 3 or 4
set you up.
times already.
So
She's so old she won't even remember by the time we get to the car. I'm very intimidated by my wife, but she does allow me to try to act like I'm like.
yeah, he tries.
Yeah.
Yes, I
As
try.
you can see,
Yeah.
doesn't faze me.
Doesn't
faze
faze.
her at all.
All right, let me give away these tickets. So we have a winner here, 0103023.
Wait a minute.
It's the no-name people. There is a clause to this that you must state your name. Could I have your name, young lady, please?
This is
Look at her.
This is Brad and I'm Angelina.
Brad.
Welcome to the show.
Wait, listen.
She
Hold
said,
on. Listen, hold on, sweetie. Listen. Here's what's really funny is you don't understand, but he doesn't know anything about stars. So he probably believes that you're really Brad and Angelina. Can I tell you? Look see his face?
Oh, you didn't get it?
God, no, see,
You didn't get
you know
it?
what?
No. Do you now know?
I'm a man of the people. You understand? I'm a man of the people. I try to identify with people, on the regular level here.
Right.
It's bad though because now that we're starting to do some of the stuff,
I have
on
to
that,
tell 'em
it's
things.
Brad Pitt and Angelina.
Oh my gosh, I'm so.
Can you snap your fingers like yes, snap them there.
There you go.
But
A lot of pressure.
let me tell you
Good
something.
job.
It's funny because
I'm surprised you got
I'm
that.
starting to get into circles, and I'm clueless of this. So when
Right,
we're in Hollywood,
right.
like I'm out with.
He's
I know
telling
now,
me
like Dwayne
who-
Martin and these people. Like,
Yeah. I know what you're talking
right?
about.
So I'm starting to get a little bit better with it, but I'm very glad that this is Brad because you wouldn't tell me your wrong names, would you?
No, never. I can tell they wouldn't. No.
All right. So yeah, I think this is going well here. Everyone here. All right. Let's go.
Yes, we're going to keep the show moving. So you guys won 2
In case
tickets.
anyone's not, your listeners might be curious.
I can't get
There's
a
absolutely
sentence
no
in,
nudity
dude.
here. There's no
Jeez.
nudity. All right. We just wanted to clear that.
You
up.
want me to keep going? You're going to cut me off.
Well,
He's
delayed a
no,
little
he
bit.
will.
I'm
he will.
delayed a little bit.
he will.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Delay
Oh, we're going.
half of a second.
I want to thank you guys for coming in the contest. You guys won 2 tickets to this crazy guy's show. So
I won't pick one.
I hope you guys show up. I'll get your email and your contact information, and we'll exchange and guys hopefully get your tickets to the show. Okay? Awesome. So now we're gonna get into some football. Are you done? You got anything else to say before I get into football?
Don't ask him if
Absolutely
he has
nothing.
anything else.
Nothing?
Absolutely.
Hold on. we might have some non-believers in the crowd.
That's a
Is there-
possibility.
I don't want to put you on the spot, Tim. But anyway, we can have any type of demonstration.
Without question. Just come up here, stick a $100 bill right there, and we'll take care of everything. Now, they need to come. You go on. We have so many videos. You'll see the different groups. I mean, the thing that we love about our show is it really is a show for everyone.
Right.
Every age group. I mean, we've done shows in middle schools, high schools, colleges. We've done shows, 2 weeks ago we did a show, and I think the youngest person on this, I'm not exaggerating, was maybe 80 years old, 75 to 80 years old. So we did a big retirement community.
So hold on, did you hypnotize old people?
Yes.
Yeah, so you go on,
Yes.
go to Hypnotizing America. All right,
So what did you have them do?
What's that?
Did all kinds of things.
Oh, we did all kinds of things.
They danced.
Like you can only do so much with some
we
some
have
elderly
a very
folks.
clean show, whether we're performing at a casino or wherever we're performing. Our shows are 100% clean.
Of course.
But not necessarily, of course, not that I'm against people that don't, but it allows me to have every single lane open to us.
Okay.
From a booking perspective. So, if you go on, I mean, some of the stuff we do, we often do different themes shows.
Yeah.
Where if we've done a football show before, where it was all relevant to football.
Right.
Where, the greatest thing is it's a blank canvas when you talk about hypnosis. So what's cool is I'll give you an example. If we come and there might be a couple that have been married for 50 years, one of them this just happened 2 weeks
Yes.
ago. One of them, gets hypnotized, and the person thinks that they're, Prince or whatever. They, jamming, dancing, the whole thing.
Okay.
And the other person will come up after the show and say, you know what? Been married for 50 years. He never once had danced. Never seen him dance. And he
was breaking it down.
Bringing it down. So there's a lot of misconceptions about hypnosis. You can't be hypnotized unless you have a desire to be.
So let me ask, what is that the biggest misconception you would say?
Yeah, a lot of people think that it's magic.
Yeah,
They think that it's
that's
some kind
probably
of
the biggest
Okay.
misconception.
And a big part of the reason for that are for people that do what I do. Often people, stage hypnotists, will try to make it that way because they feel it elevates their prestige. I'm the exact opposite. I love educating people on this because it is a tool that can help each and every one of us. I mean, I tell people all the time, let's face it, we're all screwed up, right? We try to act like we have our act together. I put my tie on, I look, maybe I look good, but we try to act like it, but we're all, when we put our head down, we all have, insecurities and
Absolutely.
those types of things. The power of our mind is amazing. So I think it's even more incredible than magic or any of those things because it's real. And once my job is to do two things when I perform, is to number one, motivate people to have an open mind. They don't have to believe in it. They just have to have an open mind.
Okay.
And the second thing is to educate people. So my quest and our goal is for me to really have my face be the face of hypnosis because there's been a lot of misconceptions. If you look at the yoga industry, all right, the yoga industry right now is $11.2 billion industry.
I believe it.
I believe it was at $2 billion in 2012. 2 or 3 billion, all right? Meditation, 22% of the employers out there use some form of meditation in their workplace.
Okay.
Yet hypnosis can be a lot more powerful than those things. But each of those things, meditation and yoga, each of them use hypnosis within that scope, whatever it is. So my quest is to really educate people on what it is, have them experience it in a fun way, and then they say, boy, if you could turn that guy and believe that he thinks he's Michael Jackson, truly believe, or if I can have you be hypnotized, yes you, Nate, and you believe you're having a baby, and you're screaming and tears are running down your face, your wife will know that you're not lying or you're not faking it.
Yeah, we're not going to try that.
Yeah, well, you asked. But and then when people see that, they say, my gosh, if you can do that, how can I do it, for myself? Because you can hypnotize yourself. There's different things. There's nothing special powers or whatever. So there's a lot of misconceptions, all right? And that's pretty much why. If you look at TV, take Get Out, right? You see the movie Get Out?
Yeah, of course.
See that?
How many
Yeah.
of you seen Clap? You seen Get Out?
Yeah, there you go.
Some of you, I don't believe if you saw it or not, but it was within the past year, right?
I
Right.
think it was a couple years ago.
I'm not going to tell the whole thing, but a lot of misconception about it. So back in the day, the 30s, 40s, 50s, they viewed it almost as something evil.
Right.
Now it's not as much evil, although we do get that if we're going to go to an island to perform, like we were going to perform, where was it, Jamaica? Or
Jamaica,
somewhere.
yes.
and the high ups in there said, look, that stuff's voodoo.
I believe it.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, by educating people now, if you look at entertainment now, right? And I'm gonna give your listeners and the people here, I'm gonna give you a little task. I want you to go look at some of the movies coming out. Their trailers. The Disney movie Nutcracker is about to come out.
Right.
There's a show on TNT. I think it's called I Am the Night. It's a TV series. They've been pumping advertisements. Look at things like Mission Impossible at their trailers. Look at James Bond, their trailers. You will see in their trailers a very quick shot of a hypnosis wheel in some form or fashion. Like Disney uses a stairwell and it's a hypnosis wheel. Because without us thinking about it, when we see that hypnosis, when we see that thing like on my shirt right now, there's something mystical about it because there's a lot of misunderstandings about it. Although scientifically it's been proven, it's a science. So you can see I'm very passionate about it because I also do things to help people stop smoking. Now I want to say probably around 60. I don't keep track of it. I've done 4 sessions in the past 2 weeks. All right, all those people stopped smoking.
Nice.
1 session, 2
Congratulations.
sessions.
That's awesome.
It's more congratulations to
Them,
because
of course,
it's not
yes.
something that I'm doing. It's allowing our conscious mind to get out of our way, and all of our habits are formed in the subconscious mind. So, what we're doing is a lot of fun. It's hilarious. I can guarantee you if you came to a show, you'll laugh harder than you have ever laughed in your life. I don't care what you're into. It is hilarious because we're taking the audience and we're turning them into the stars. And but through that, we're giving people an experience to learn something and to say, boy, these different phobias or fears, or I can't stand my job, or, I'm having a tough time in my relationships. There's ways that if we can change our thought process, the behaviors easily change.
So if you could, just give us another quick gem, and I appreciate that full explanation of hypnosis and what exactly you do and what you bring to the people. You said before we can hypnotize ourselves. So just for the crowd, just even for my own sake, how would I go about, is it centering yourself almost in a sense?
Let me step back a second. Often what I would say is you probably need to go to a hypnotist. Some people need to learn how to be hypnotized. So when we do any type of therapy, when I do any type of therapy thing, I tell people, if you're a very controlling personality, you're either going to go extremely deep or you're going to resist, all right? Because our conscious mind always wants to be in control, all right? And when you go under hypnosis, all right, right now all of us, we're in the beta phase, all right, which means most of us, okay? The guy sitting over there, I don't know about it, all squirrely-eyed, but most of us are in the beta phase where 80-90% of our conscious mind is driving us.
Okay.
Right? When you go under hypnosis, your conscious mind kind of takes a side. Now, all of our habits are formed in our subconscious. So right now, if a person is regular and they want to stop smoking, their conscious mind's the one giving them all the excuses. I'm dealing with too much stress. I can't do it. I can't do it. Telling all that negativity.
Right.
What I tell people, when you go under hypnosis now, you don't have to deal with that. The person obviously wouldn't come to me if they didn't want to stop smoking. They have a desire to do that. That's the biggest thing. You have to have a desire. If you said you can't hypnotize me, I would say you're 100% correct. I can't, right? So once they're in that position, those suggestions go right in your subconscious mind where during hypnosis, you're up to 200 times more suggestible.
Okay.
So when we do our hypnosis show, they understand that the goal is to do what? Have fun. Right? So you get a singular focus when you're under hypnosis where they're focused on the goal is to have fun. So, okay, although I wouldn't normally be doing these different things, I lost that conscious mind saying, well, you're going to look like an idiot. You're going to, you're going to make a fool of yourself. And what happens if these people, think that? So I really would encourage people to reach. You can go to our website. I mean, you'll see a lot of different things.
And what's your website again?
It's Hypnotizing, HYPNOTIZING.
Good boy.
America. I did that without even looking down.
I hear you.
Gave the stank face, too, for the people that weren't there. So. All right.
So I want to thank you for telling me about your show. I want to thank you for actually educating me about hypnosis. I'm interested, just not on camera, I'll do it I'll do it on the side. You can let me look a fool on the side.
He can come.
But
November,
who, me? I have to
November?
host the show. I can't get hypnotized and act like I'm having a baby.
Yeah. We've done radio stuff. Yeah.
And then get up.
Hey, no problem.
And then get up and then go back on the show and everybody.
Right. It's fine.
No, see, I don't see. No, you can't say that. You can't say that
Just make sure you wear underwear that day.
because
That's all I'm saying.
I know him. I know him, and no, no. So we're gonna go into football right now. Speaking of that, are you an Eagles fan? I don't even know this.
What was that?
Are you an Eagles fan?
Absolutely.
Yes, we're big Eagles fans.
Absolutely.
Actually, I went to
Yeah.
the Super Bowl in 1980, and I'll tell you, I have some neat experience. I don't know if you noticed. Before I came to LaSalle, Dick Vermeil took a big liking to me. Did you know this? In 04 and 05, I used to go out to Kansas City, and I did some short internships with Dick Vermeil and the Chiefs.
Okay.
And so he was awesome. And as a Philly, growing up in Philadelphia, I mean Dick Vermeil is like, and everything you hear about the man, it's even
true.
better. It's even better.
I believe
yeah,
it.
It's even better. But so we
Well, we
have.
were just at the game.
We were just at the game.
Yeah,
we went to
we were
the
just
game.
at the
I don't
game.
go to the games very often. Matter of fact, when I got out of coaching, I wouldn't go to a football game, and that's why I mentioned to you. I said, don't ask me anything on college football because I was a college football coach. So when
I don't even watch. It's funny. I don't watch college football.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, the way the analogy I use.
As much.
It's a great analogy, but when your life is coaching football, and that was my profession. It's the only job I had when I was at LaSalle. And have another job or whatever. It's often like being a crack addict, to be honest with you. In a positive way, but when you get out of it, in a positive way, get over yourselves, people. Stop judging, okay? But when you get
No
out
judge
of it,
zone.
if you get yourself around it, you start to say, you know what, maybe I should go do this and that. And I left coaching, and when I decided to leave, all right, I just left, right?
Okay.
So people that I have friends that are in coaching, some of them, I would invite me to go to games, and I developed some great relationships with the Chiefs, and one of them is a good friend of mine. He's with the Steelers. So the first game I went to was probably just a couple years ago. My buddy is a running back coach. He's probably coached, I want to say, 18 years, and probably 16 out of 18 years he's coached Pro Bowl running backs. He was with the Chiefs for 8 years with Priest Holmes and those guys. And when Herm Edwards came in after the first year, he had gotten let go. And Parcells picked him up with the Dolphins the year they did all the Wildcat stuff and everything.
Right, yeah.
And
With
those
Ronnie,
2 years,
was it
yeah,
Ronnie?
those 2 years they had Pro Bowl
I forget his
running
last
backs.
name.
Those
Yeah.
my buddies there. And then who was the guy who used to be with the Eagles? Was up at the Vikings. The Vikings brought him up there when they had
Zimmer?
no. He used to be the secondary coach for the Eagles.
Oh, Frazier.
Yeah, Frazier.
Yeah, Frazier.
Frazier was there. So then when the Steelers drafted Bell, they brought him there. Well, he would always tell me, why don't you come out to the game? I always had a reason it's too far, like Miami, Minnesota. I'm not, going to Minnesota. So when he was in Pittsburgh,
it was a little different.
we went. So we've been with the Pittsburgh Steelers. We're Eagles fans. We always make that clear. But we've gotten to know their organization, Mike Tomlin and those guys. And I think we're going to be doing a show for them, at
That
some
should be
point.
cool.
So that's been kind of fun. When they came to play the Eagles here, we went over to their team hotel and stuff.
Right,
But
hung
when
out.
we went to the game,
Oh, yeah.
I told them I didn't want to be on the sideline because I'm an Eagles fan. Like,
You're gonna be wearing
your
green.
listeners understand
Right.
that. I mean, we can't help it. I mean, we're from Philly, so
Right.
that's the way it's going to be.
Yes, sir.
So so we're definitely Eagles fans. My wife is crazy. If you go on any of our social media
Oh,
stuff,
gosh.
I'm telling you, she's absolutely nuts.
Nothing's private anymore at our house.
What?
It's
Because of social media?
yes.
Well, not totally.
thing-
The thing we did last night, nobody saw that. We didn't put that. And excuse me, get your mind out of the gutters. We were playing cards. My gosh, it got a little crazy. My gosh, Nate, what kind of crowd do you have here?
This is something new to me. Like, this is something new. I'm taken back from what you're saying. I'm with them. I'm a man of the people. Okay?
Oh God. Help
So let's get right into the Eagles coming up. Eagles versus Carolina. I always like to put my little fight song on.
Yeah.
You're going to tempt her. I'm telling you, she can run around this place in her underwear. I'm telling
Hey.
you now.
As long as it says bleed green on it,
That's right.
we're good.
That's right.
It ain't nothing but Eagles fans in here, B.
Yeah.
At least I think.
I don't know. The guy's sitting over there looking down at his phone. He's a little suspicious. We need to keep an eye on
he's
him.
going to hypnotizeamerica.com.
G-L-E-S.
Eagles. All right, so we have a big game coming up on Sunday. Eagles versus Carolina. What do you think about this game, Tim? From the X's and O's standpoint,
I
using
think
your
it's very
background.
intriguing because I don't think we really know the identity of this team yet. right? I mean, I think it's, last week was great and everybody, I'm not a big believer in always dismissing the fact that it wasn't on an NFL level, a great team. I definitely think they could take a lot of good things, but I think it's a great opportunity for us right now. I think it's perfect timing for this team to come in because they are, historically, recent past, they're, a successful program, Carolina.
Correct. Yes.
So I really think we're going to do well. I think they like to obviously run the football, and I think that's our strength. So, I think it's going to be a good opportunity. Now, I'm talking that as a Philly fan, so you understand. I'll be the first to say it. I'm speaking.
Yeah, and I completely agree with you. I think one of the keys to the game for me, looking at it more in depth as an X and O standpoint, is keep Cam in the pocket, right? Don't let him run wild. They have a power running attack with a 6'5", 6'6", 250 quarterback.
Yeah.
You keep him in the pocket. Traditionally, he only throws 58% completion. So, and here he has, I think he threw 6 touchdowns and 9 interceptions. So he's prone to turn the ball over. So I think obviously getting to the quarterback is always a good key to the game. I think also Carson Wentz going against Luke Kuechly and Thomas Davis of those linebackers is also key. Those are one of the best linebacking cores in the NFL. So we get those guys kind of moving, some misdirection stuff, keep those guys on their toes. Hopefully they make a wrong call and we can take advantage of the Eagles. So as if you just said, I like the Eagles as well at home. Yeah. It's tough to play here. Yeah. It's tough to come in here and get a win here. A lot of teams don't come up here and put up a lot of points. So I'm exactly in the same boat. Philadelphia Eagles, can you give me a score? You're not good at that?
Michelle will give a score.
Michelle, give me a score.
Come on.
Sunday.
Eagles 21-17.
What?
Eagles 21-17.
21-17. You go ahead and put the house on it.
Put the house on it?
Yeah, put the house on it. Nate said put the house on it.
No, I didn't say that now. Okay. Don't say that now. I didn't say that. Super Bowl. Who you got in the Super Bowl?
See, I don't believe in doing that, man. Because
You don't believe in that? So you believe in hypnotizing people, but you don't believe in predicting?
No, because I really do.
Now, if you let him go and hypnotize the players, the Eagles players, right?
Right.
That's a good point.
Then
I like that.
we would be going for
Tell
the
us
Eagles.
That's right. Now, the biggest thing, I am a strong believer that you have different seasons, right?
I agree. Yeah.
I really do, and
Yeah.
and I think it's too tough because there's so many different elements, and
Absolutely.
So
Injuries.
I really feel injuries, how you respond, field advantage, the climate,
Weather, yes.
everything. So I really think right now they obviously have the right mentality. I mean, in regards, I truly believe from the top down they have a focus on, because they were successful doing this last year.
Absolutely.
Paying attention to what
Super Bowl champs, by the way.
Maybe that's the coach in me, like it's ingrained in me that way that you don't do that. But I just think right now it's all about positioning yourself number one first to be able to get into the playoffs.
You got to get
And
into the
number
dance.
two, be in the best position, and hopefully
Home
they
field
can help you.
advantage, things like that.
Yeah, right. Exactly.
Yeah, home field advantage would be huge for us.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
it'd be
without
huge.
question. I think it's bigger for us than a lot of other places.
Yeah,
You
I
go
think
out
it's
to
very
LA,
underrated
and
here.
LA, spending a little bit of time out in LA. If LA has home field advantage, it's not the same level
No.
as if the Eagles have home field.
And we travel well.
I was getting ready to say the same thing. We
Yeah.
travel so
I
well.
was about to throw
So
the
when
mic
we're
down.
here,
Yes, I was. I was about to throw the mic down. But it's
Drop the
corded,
mic?
So yeah, it's corded. So.
Yeah, we can't do that. We can't do that. Okay, so I'll let you slide on the Super Bowl bit. Do you think the Eagles team, and Michelle, you as well can answer at any time, do you think this team is a Super Bowl team? As of they are right now.
No.
Ooh.
not right now. I'm sorry.
Not right now?
No, not
What do
right
you think
now.
we're missing?
Don't feel bad, Eagles. She doesn't think I'm very successful.
From what you can see, what do you think that we're missing in terms? What would put us over the hump?
All
You
right.
think?
I know our defense is looking a lot better than our offense right now.
Okay.
But I don't think that we're getting their quarterbacks. We're not getting in there to put hits on the quarterback as much as I'd like to see. Now, I'm not a football coach. I wasn't a football player.
She's
but
very
I'd like to
violent.
see them tear that other
Violent?
quarterback
She's
up.
very violent.
I'm
did you see
sorry.
her face? Did you see the intensity of it? Right?
You know what? I did
And
feel
Eagles,
that heat.
If any Philadelphia Eagles listen to this, I need you to sack this quarterback, because if she doesn't get that aggression out through their play,
That's
what do
going on
think?
you.
He's gonna get
Without
it.
question. I'm the only one. My kids are all out of the house. Right?
He's the
I got
only
a
one
dog.
there.
right? And that's it. And she coming after me, she's not gonna do anything.
I'm
to
not
the
going to
dog.
do anything to the dog.
Without
No.
question. Yeah, so hopefully we answered your question there.
No, of course. So let's get into my locks for this week for football this week, and I do always play a little theme music to get going. So we'll take just about a minute break while this plays. Make sure you guys come back. Give me your social media, Twitter,
All right.
Instagram. the whole thing.
Instagram. See all these people getting their phones out. You got, see, brother, I like this guy here. He's very focused. All right, it's Tim_Miller_Hypnotist. HYPNOTIST. That's Instagram. Tim_Miller_Hypnotist. And then Twitter is @Stage, like you perform on STAGE. There's the drink guy. Hypno, HYPNO, live, LIVE. So @Stage Hypno Live, and you can go to Facebook as well, and that's Stage Hypnosis Live on Facebook. So we want you there. We really are pretty active on that. I don't know if you saw, our social media is really doing pretty well. So
I checked it out. Of course, I checked it out.
So we really like all of you to kind of check us out and join our family, like it or not. Once you come in our family, you
can't get out.
That's why Nate's sitting here like
Absolutely.
12 years later.
Absolutely.
So
Absolutely.
see if he has a podcast next week after we're on here.
Oh, yeah. We're going to keep going, man. I think that's yours. So we're almost done. All right. And we're back. Quick little interlude. But hold on. Before we get on to the picks, let's give out one more drink for the day. Let's keep it going.
Yes.
Let's see who we got here. So we gave away drinks. We gave away tickets. Let's give away another drink. Here we go. Raffle ticket is 0103020. 20. All right, here's one. Winner.
I'll tell you what, if you're listening to this right now, you need to get down here next. When's your next show?
Next month, November, the third Saturday in November.
The third Saturday.
The third Saturday in November.
17th.
I want to say
That's
it's the
the
17th.
November 17th. What time?
Same time, 2:30.
2:30. Jimmy, you all right with packing this place? Okay, Jimmy said the owner, because right now there's people lined up all the way down the street. All right, we only limited a certain number of people in here. Next time, get your butt here.
I mean, I'm a hot
Get
commodity.
here early so that you can get in.
I'm a hot commodity.
Yes.
And you just made it crazier. Chaotic.
That's
There you
right.
go.
Chaotic.
Down here. This place is awesome.
Chaotic, hypnotic.
So let's get into our best bets. Last week, I went 2 out of 3. Brings my total to 15-19 overall in the season. That's 62%. Usual professional gamblers are going around 56, 57%. So doing a little bit better than the professionals right now. So let's keep the money going. First game, I'm going to do a 2-team teaser. And just to educate you guys, if you don't know what a teaser is,
Never bet on a single game in my life. 'Cause I was in the industry, so I never did. I really did.
I believe you.
I want education.
Sure. So a teaser is when we dictate the line. So when, like for the Eagles game right now, they are favorite to win by 5 points. So obviously they have to win by a touchdown or more. When you do a teaser changes the line to favor you. So it's either 6 or 6.5 points, accounting on what casino you go to. So it changes the odds as well. A typical bet in Vegas is $100. Usually you see 110 or 115. That's called the juice. That's how casinos pretty much make their money. That little snippet, that's more than that. So what I'm doing is changing the line to favor more me. So now I put the Eagles on the teaser. They were -5, so now I get them at +1. So in other words, they just have to win the game.
And you got to pay. You basically like a mortgage, you're paying points, right?
Right, correct. And then you can stack the teams. You can do 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And as you keep going up, your odds get better and better.
Right.
Now, typically, I don't bet a lot of folks around like to do like parlays, and parlays are when you put multiple teams on one ticket, and you have to win them all. But that's really hard. I'm more of a one-time one-hitter. So if I bet a game, I'm going to bet the Eagles, and that's it. I'm just going to watch the game because there's so much variance. So you need so many things that happen in your favor. Like, think about, you just look at a slate. How many times can you pick 4 or 5 teams that
Right.
win? You know, any given Sunday, somebody can lose.
Right.
So
Yeah. Somebody's gonna be upset.
I like to move it more to my favor. So my first pick is the Eagles +1. I like this pick. Ron Rivera off on his second road game is 5-5. They're coming into our house, which is a very tough place to play. I like the Eagles here. I think it's a good spot for the Eagles, bad spot for Carolina. My next game is New Orleans. Now, New Orleans is a dog right now, and a dog means that they're not favored to win. But obviously, if you still watch football though, right?
Oh, yeah,
Yes.
we watch
okay.
NFL.
NFL, yeah.
Okay.
We watch NFL.
So, New Orleans, is an elite offense
Right.
going in Baltimore against an elite defense. And typically in those matchups, you side with the defense.
Mm-hmm.
This game, I think it's a little bit different. I don't think that the Ravens' offense is really anything special. I think they match up well. The New Orleans defense matches up well with their offense. And I actually like New Orleans. They're the #1 scoring team in the league, averaging 38 points a game. I like New Orleans here. I'm going to tease them up. They're right now at +2.5. So when I tease them up, that means I'm getting +8.5. That means, which is a kind of a weird number in terms of NFL because it's usually 7 or 3 is where you win. So even if they lose by a touchdown, I still win my bet. Okay? So I'm banking on the fact that New Orleans is going to score enough to keep this game close even if they lose. So that's my first team teaser, Eagles +1.5, and then New Orleans +8.5.
Nice.
Next game, Jacksonville. I like Jacksonville in this spot. A lot of people are off Jacksonville right now. They have Houston coming in to their place. I think that Houston has gotten the last 2 games gotten off a little bit easy. If people remember, DeAndre Hopkins had a huge play at the end of that game to put them in a position to win the game against Dallas, and Dallas didn't go for it in 4 for 1. The last week they had the worst team in the NFL against Buffalo, and they barely won that game. I like Jacksonville coming off 2 straight losses here. I like Jacksonville at home. Houston still gives up 342 points. Give me Jacksonville straight up. Any questions, issues?
No, I laid it right out there.
Yeah.
Just got to go to the bank.
He knows
Absolutely.
his stuff.
Absolutely. Last game, last pick of the week for me is one thing I've learned doing betting. There's a rule I feel that should be at the top. That's don't bet against Tom Brady. Unless you're the Eagles in the Super Bowl.
Right.
Right? But don't bet against Tom Brady. The Patriots are going to Chicago. Mitch Trubisky he's just not, I don't think he's a really good quarterback. I'm going with who I consider the greatest quarterback of all time, arguably the greatest coach of all time. I like Patriots going into Chicago and easily winning this game. If you didn't know, say you didn't bet, right? And say you blind bet a team. We use any percentage over 50% is an edge. So if you blind bet the Patriots, you would have won 57% of the time. Just not even looking, just give a ticket in for the Patriots. Here's another funny thing about the Patriots. The best team in history on the road, winning over 60% of the time, which under Belichick, which is incredible. Give me the Pats, -2.5. Lock it in, take it into the bank, put your mortgage in. Tim will pay you out the rest. So I want to thank everybody from the Spicy Belly for coming to the show.
Yeah.
Yes, let's
Yeah,
give it up for the
Spicy Belly. Yeah.
I want to thank the crowd. I want to thank the energy from Tim. And I'm sorry, I forgot your name already. That's
Michelle.
you got to hypnotize me.
Marsha.
Marsha?
It's Michelle.
That's the
I want to thank
Michelle.
Tim and Michelle for coming.
Brad and
The
Angelina.
Millers for coming and gracing us with their presence and telling us all about
Thank you so much for
hypnosis. Thank everybody for coming. We'll be here next month. I appreciate everybody. Everybody have a good one. We out.
Awesome.
We out.
Good stuff. Good stuff.